Are we on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights, cameras.
This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
Morning right here on Culture Daily. You know how we do it. Time check is 9 a.m. on the dot. And now before we jump into the big conversation this morning, need I remind you again that you're locked on 3 Music TV Plus, also streaming live on Plus 89.9 FM. Hold it boy. It's all good though. But Charlie, people are winning big on 519 mobile this morning. I tell you what, just dial star 959 hash ASAP. All through the week, there are games to play from Monday special all the way to Sunday Asida. Imagine bagging that money on a Sunday and throwing that offer tree, paying your tithe. You know how we do it. It's all good, but don't forget, don't overspend. And please, it's only for persons above the age of 18. So take responsibly. And today being a Wednesday, you get the mic'd up acoustic experience at Tunnel Lounge. Tomorrow will be the Tunnel Hour. Friday will be the Tunnel Cruise. Weekend is also lit for you as well. Just head to Tunnel Lounge. It's number 45 Kofi Annan Street. You can't miss it, next to Nyaho Clinic. And for reservations, call 0551-556-444 or 0551-556-999. Easy does it, straight up. Trust me, the place to be for your wedding receptions, for your corporate hangouts, for your parties. It is Tunnel Lounge. And we have a party coming up, right? A brunch coming up on the 28th at Beehive, courtesy the Just Vibes Squad. Now, it's season 1 wrap-up. You can't miss it. So make sure you join Isil 4 and the rest of her Gen Zenites, if I can call them that. Wait, hold on. Let me put you on mic. What do you say?
I said it's not. We will also be there, my brother.
We'll be there
for security reasons.
For security reasons, we'll be there. Gen Zenites, the Gen Zs will be partying big time. So make sure you join us there. Just jump on to oh man, I forgot the website to go get the tickets. But it's free though. It's free, yeah. It's free. You should
show
be
up.
there. Show up. Come show some love, yeah. Come show some love, and make money whilst you're helping doing some make money whilst you're helping build some schools and renovating hospitals and more. You can win as high as $5,000, 5,000 Ghana cedis on Mayeko website. That's MAYEKOO.com. It's easy data. It's a social crowdfunding platform that has teamed up with non-profit organizations to raise funds for essential projects to improve the community. Go on there right now, mayeko.com. Play the game, enjoy, and help support your community. Lastly, before I jump into the big conversation this morning, now, every time we eat food and sugars get trapped between our teeth, sometimes it leads to tooth decay, gum disease, and foul breath. Sometimes. Now, brush your teeth every morning and night with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, and it gives your teeth the protection that it needs, leaving your teeth with 10 times stronger teeth. Why? Because it is fortified with pro-fluoride and microcalcium ingredients that seals tiny and invincible holes in your teeth. See, relax, chill for me, man.
I know they come to special profile.
I know, right? Say with ease. But we are honored to have, not every single day will you be even honored to be in the space of this. Now, you see, for us Ghanaians, right, one of the things that we keep slapping ourselves on is how we revere our legends and how the price tag we put on our legends. Now, this morning, we are honored to have one sit right in the studios with us this morning. We are honored to have him, the man, black prophet. Make some noise! Yes!
Yeah, man. Good.
We've had tons and tons of conversations, man, and it's always a pleasure to have you and talk again about it, because you always keep renewing, refreshing, impacting yourself, community, the people around you, your music. It's a story you would never ever stop telling. Business-wise, you got it on lock. Music-wise, it's on lock. Brand-wise, it's on lock. You've stayed relevant in your space, conscious. I don't know how you've done it, but today we're going to crack the code. We're going to crack the code and get into the life and times. You should call the life and times of Black Prophet, man.
Charlie.
The life and times of Black Prophet.
Life and times of Black
Prophet. Yeah. You see,
It's just life.
You know what we do to ourselves, right? As humans, we always say that we wait till people pass on before then we start. And he was this, and then he did that, and he did this. Now we want to talk about those things that he did today. You understand? Today, and I like the way you never find yourself in any controversies or any brouhaha over. I always want to ask, is it deliberate why you stay silent on things pertaining to the industry?
Well, I don't want to say I'm a conscious man. I'm just a man who, listen, I'm vegan.
Number one.
Almost 30 years. Vegan.
Wow.
No meat, no fish, no eggs, no cheese, no butter, no milk.
Wow.
No sugar.
Wow.
No smoking, no drinking.
Wow.
Yeah. And I live my life in a different way. I look at things from a different point of view.
That's the view I want to find out.
I look at things in a different point of view. I'm not in a hype.
What is this way you look at things? If you can just put
for example, when I do music, I want a drummer to play drums on my track. I want a guitar player to play guitar on my track. Sometimes I want 2 guitar players. I want you to play that song, and I want another guitar player to play the other song. So I want maybe 4 keyboard players. Every keyboard player will play something on one track, and then the next track, I don't want you when you play on track 1. I want somebody else to play on track 2, because I think it brings different feel to the music. That's how I do music. And I look at things different. I don't have to show off. And I try to bury my ego as much as possible.
But in this space you find yourself where it is a show-off business and you do it the other way. I'm trying to hard to understand the contradiction.
Because I look up to people like Bernie Spear. Look at their age and they're still touring. So I want to be here. You know how long I've been around?
Man,
so I want to be here when
to
be here when my hair everywhere, my locks is grey now my locks touch the ground, So I want to be grey when the grey touches the ground itself.
Whoa.
So that's the level. And if you want to live, that means you need to be careful of what comes out of your mouth and what goes in your mouth. Your mouth is the most important part of your body. What goes in and what comes out is what makes you who you are.
Okay, so
there's a lot of questions you just raised
on that tangent. The genre that you represent, has had basically uncouth things coming out of the mouth of those who represent it these days, and yes, it's put.
What genre are you talking about?
Reggae.
Are you talking about reggae?
Yeah.
Or you are talking about reggae dancehall? I mean, to be specific.
Yeah, but
because in Ghana, you people call it reggae dancehall.
It's not.
No, it cannot be. Is Alpha Blondie a dancehall artist?
No, he's not.
He's a reggae artist.
He's a reggae artist.
So if you categorize Alpha Blondie as a reggae dancehall artist, there's something wrong with it. Do I make sense?
Yes, you do. So that means
is Bob Marley a dancehall artist?
No, he's a reggae artist.
You know who a dancehall artist is?
No, tell us.
Busy Signal, Ninja Man, Shabba Ranks, Sean Paul, Beanie Man. These artists are dancehall artists. Dwayne Stevenson, reggae artists. Freddie McGregor, Marsha Griffiths. You can go on. Alpha Blondie. Chicken Jaffa Kuli.
So you think we've erred
Lucky Dube?
We've erred, especially with our award schemes where we put reggae and dancehall in one category.
You can't do that. There's a dancehall artist and there's a reggae artist.
Jeez.
You can't.
But can a reggae artist become a dancehall artist, or a dancehall artist become a reggae artist?
Sometimes you find artists who are versatile.
Okay.
Who can do dancehall and sing at the same time. Somebody like me.
Right.
Because I've done it. I did a song with Miss V.
Right.
If you know that song. I've done it with Kwakesi.
Yeah.
And when the artist is versatile, somebody like Busy Signal is very versatile. He can sing and DJ Buju. You can Buju Banton, dancehall artist, but you can sing and DJ. You call them Sing J.
Sing J.
Yeah,
right.
Because you're singing and you're DJing at the same time. So say you ni madiana. I say you ni swim and sana yakasa bibri. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's because of the unfortunate documentation, or say the unfortunate, definition of what these two genres are, though they may be similar, has more or less cast some kind of shadow on what reggae music has represented in Ghana over the years? Because it feels like now, like last time we had a conversation here where we realized that we don't have a lot of reggae artists get in the spotlight. Most of the time they have to be reggae dancehall, and we know there are
for me, I don't even know what is reggae dancehall. If it wasn't for Ghana, I never heard it before. Wow. Without apology. Yeah,
I think
it's reggae and it's dancehall.
Yeah,
it's wrong for us.
It's like saying Banlogo Adowa. It's two different things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, but that's
a very serious,
very serious.
Because we've done it for years, we've categorized that thing.
And why do you think? Well, let me just ask you. Why do you think maybe we have, if we've heard, as industry, why we have put the two together?
Because we copy without learning.
Sheesh.
Most of the time we don't. When we buy a book, we don't read the contents. We just buy the book by the cover, the colors of the cover. That's Ghana for you. So Ghana ni be who say. I mean, I don't know, I'm speaking Tree, but I can also speak Ghana and speak any language.
Yeah.
I mean, Ghana people will hear Black Prophet doing a song. It's just me. There's more artists who came before me, like Saminu Peche. They did all those artists are still here. And they've toured around the world. There is Kujontri. I mean, there are artists in Ghana who are doing reggae, and there are roots artists like Fred Van Dyke, Kente Band. There are certain artists who are here who deserve that opportunity. But because we categorize
both
dancehall, and dancehall is
commercial.
It's commercial. And then you have reggae.
It's conscious.
Which is conscious, and that's what the people need. But people needs to hear consciousness.
Yes, yeah.
Because me, I believe in that. When I play a song and my child asks me, Daddy, what are you singing about? I should be able to explain to my child without hesitation.
Conscious.
And when I can't explain to my child what I'm singing about, then something is wrong with me as a singer and as a father. That is my opinion. Opinions are like onions, and it grows in everybody's backyard. In my backyard, it's all about consciousness, and there's no room for negativity.
Wow.
I think the award schemes.
I'm even down for it.
Now listen to my music. Listen to my music. You hear the quality of the music, the sound-wise, because it's not just one engineer mixing it. I didn't play it all by myself. Different musicians played it. 4 different sound engineers are mixing the songs. This one mix one, this one mix the other one, then we bring it to somebody. Different levels. There's a way of Ejuma.
When Black Prophet broke down the processes he goes through with me now, sometime our late conversations, in other platforms. I mean, I was dumbfounded with the work that he puts into, which I would like us to retreat again here. But let's roll back to the on schooling ourselves and how we can.
Are you ready
correct,
for me?
Yes. And how we can correct this narrative, because definitely you'd have people try to want to understand this further, because it looks like you've raised a certain very valid point on this, but here's industry that has validated this even as an award category, for all of us to put, and it's not bad to put. Well, it's not bad to put them into one category and allow for people. Of course, somebody's opinion and somebody's award scheme.
If you put them together, you know what happens.
But
imagine,
good. So let's
Banlogo, Adowa. The people, the tribes that dance Adowa and the tribes that dance Banlogo, they are 2 different people. And if there is somebody, everybody in life has their favorite. And if there is somebody who likes Adowa more than Banlogo, and he has problem with the Banlogo people, The Adowa people will win award all the time.
Is it because
and then it comes to then the Kpan logo people won't get it. And when he gets it right, when somebody likes Kpan logo more than Adowa, that means the Kpan logo people will get all the rights. So you can't put them together.
Is it because it's coming from the same rough country or demo?
Like you said, like
No.
I mean,
So-
he says basically it's because you have people who are versatile to do both genres, and I think within our line or reggae dancehall music history, we've seen that a lot. For example, someone like Samini. I'm going just a little bit, behind that because Samini is a name that both the Gen Z and the millennials know about. Samini is one of the examples of doing dancehall reggae. Even him, Black Prophet, has done dancehall and reggae. So I am trying to get into the mind of the organizer. I'm trying to get into the mind of the board. Maybe with the abundance of artists like him, Samini, even Black Rasta at some point. This guy, Kasepum,
Raskuku.
Yeah. Raskuku has also shown signs of being a dancehall artist and also being a reggae artist, although primarily he's a reggae artist. So I'm trying to get into the mind of the organizers and see if that is what they used in saying, you know what, instead of us to put all of you in individual category, why don't we put all of you together? Because you guys are commercially successful.
That's still a fallacy. It's still a flaw.
No, I'm not saying that.
I understand, and I that's what I was also going to submit. But the reason why I think it's a flaw is when Kwesi Arthur sings, he will never go on male vocalist of the year category, even though he's a rap artist and he sings, right?
Yeah.
If EL sings, they'll never put EL up for male vocalist of the year.
Yeah.
Kinata sings. Has he got male vocalist of the year category before?
Well, he has been nominated in that before.
Famille
has been nominated in that before.
Now you see the difference.
It's by category definition, basically.
Yes. So you see the difference between a Famille and a Kwesi Arthur.
Yes.
So the category does not need to be determined by how versatile the industry players are. The category needs to be on its own as a category, even if it's one person who fits that category. Let the category stand and reward and celebrate that one person for their authenticity.
Then what he's saying, then
putting them together. And also, let me tell you guys something. When it comes to reggae, we call it reggae, but actually it's called reggae.
Reggae.
I realized you're saying that I was going to ask
reggae.
you.
There's two different ways of playing it. You see?
Okay.
You need to play it with patience.
Okay.
Listen to my songs. We are trendsetters. You start your chair. It's not today. And if you listen to the way we play reggae, don't play something and come and call it reggae. Because when we want to categorize a thing, we for do and proper, so that we not go embarrass ourselves. Secondly, we are Africans. We cannot be Jamaicans.
Right.
So when we play the reggae, we have to play it right. As will be on Tibro for your rap. What you say? Your pronunciations and the way the pace,
the charisma.
The clarity of how you do the work, that matters too. Because if you play something where you call it reggae, where you give it award, where you know they sound like reggae, then you're also.
But Black, how would you then position the conversation of the evolution of sound? I mean, we've had conversations about how our high life, our hip life, and other genres have evolved over time. Based on what you are saying, would you say that reggae is one of the genres that may have to be excused from enjoying the sense of evolution in a way?
No, because I'm doing fusing as well.
Okay, you're doing fusion.
Play on the new. I have a new album
right.
called From Osu.
Yes,
we'll come to that.
And this album, instead of me look, the last album before this one was produced in Jamaica in Bob Marley's studio in Tough Gong.
Oh, really?
So most of the best musicians that you hear on every record that you like, played on my album. I'm talking about top notch.
Yeah.
It was produced by me, Dwayne Stevenson, Taros Riley. We have the same producer, Dean Fraser.
Wow.
Just I'm Ghana and Inti. And I'm Abomaniagu. When they did remembering Joseph Hill culture, I was one of the artists that from Africa that they called, and they gave me culture song, and they say sing.
Wow.
And I sang it. So, when it comes to the music and doing the music, I've done that, gone to the highest of where I want to go.
Yeah.
You know, my album has been considered. When we did the album in Jamaica, 2 or 3 weeks after we released it, was considered for the Grammys. VP Records releases my album.
Wow.
So what Ghanaians are looking at other artists from different countries, we are already doing that long time ago. Now, when I wanted to record my new album from Osu, I said, you know what? Osu is where I grew up living. Let me go back to Africa and then record with the people I grew up with. So for me, it was an experimental album.
Okay.
So I brought everybody together. I brought a sound engineer from Belgium because the sound engineer is very important person in the band. So I brought my sound engineer from Belgium. We turned my living room in Osu and the bedroom into a studio. We put the mattresses everywhere on the wall, local things. And then we recorded the album here in Ghana, in Osu, where I grew up. So if you look at and you listen to the sound, it's not about where you do it. It's who is doing it and if they understand what they're doing. And if they, no, not understand, overstand. If they overstand what they're doing and they feel what they're doing, they have to know what they're doing.
So basically, we don't lose the core of what the genre represents.
So
even though you choose to fuse other sounds with it.
If you fuse. So there's a song on my from Osu called Wonya. If you play it, you will hear 6/8 African rhythm, but you still hear the reggae. The hi-hat, I make sure he plays the hi-hat with a reggae feel. And then the bass player is still playing reggae, but patterns of the drums is 6/8. And you can hear the keyboard banging, playing reggae. You fuse it. But once you fuse it, you have to hear. You have to hear every part of it so people can understand what you're playing. There's a song called Rivers. The rivers, all the rivers in Ghana, we destroyed. So I'm singing about rivers, how we can get back our good rivers. So because I'm in Accra and the rivers are, most of them Korle and all these things, Chimwena, all these rivers have been destroyed. I played Pan-Logo Reggae.
Pan-Logo Reggae.
So we are playing Gome. You know the Gome drum?
The one with
the one you sit on. We're playing reggae and we are fusing Gome with reggae. So listen to it. We are working. It's not about talking. It's about producing. And so when you want to categorize this in an awards, you need to listen. You need to get a good sound engineer, somebody who knows the work.
I love the fact that you mentioned the 6/8 because we spoke about that when we were speaking about the origins of High Life as well. And the 6/8 was used as the timing of African sound. So as to know that you are using that as well in your fusion just means that we are still rooted very much in the African, the Ghanaian experience.
Me, I'm Ghanaian.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped speaking Patois.
Very good.
Wow. Okay, I'd like to hear.
Wow.
Like you said.
You know why I stopped speaking Patois?
No, I'd like to hear.
Because my brothers and sisters that were taken to the diasporas, when they want to come home, they want to meet somebody who speaks Ga, Aigbe, Hausa languages so we can teach them. If we all start speaking Patois, when they come here, who's going to teach them?
That's another way to look at it. That's another way
Who's going to teach them?
Right.
So when I'm in Germany, I speak German with the Germans. When I'm in Holland, I speak Netherlands with the Netherlands, with the Dutch.
The Dutch, yeah. Dutch.
And when I'm in Ewe land, I speak Ewe.
How many languages do you speak, Black?
Plenty, pa.
Like an average of what?
Oh, around 13.
13.
Yeah.
Wow. So you speak Twi, speak Ga,
I speak plenty, man.
Speak Hausa.
Speak German. I speak Patois very well because I've been going to Jamaica for a long time.
Right.
I speak it very well, but I don't want to speak Patois because I'm not Jamaican. And I want to teach the Jamaicans that I am a remnant of the land. And when they come, I must be able to elevate them and show them, say, listen, I had no offer had more, or wabekao, or wakawa, a drew in yadika.
So, like, why do you think we have been afraid to be us? Because Jamaicans are Jamaicans, Americans are Americans.
Especially Jamaica, because they are like a small island, and
because we are in Shusheni. We like to
violence.
We like to follow. We like to follow people. You see me. I can go and do a song with Kwakeshi. Let me do my thing, and he boss. It becomes a hit. Yeah. But I didn't follow that trend. I always stayed in my lane. Not that I can't do them, can do them very well, but I always stay focused in my lane. I am like a carpenter who started nailing, putting a nail in a wood.
So, is it the exposure that has set giving you this mindset about us being very intentional for you being very original? Because there is a lot of copycat from our end and an aspiration to be westernized, and it's reflecting in our music where we're even currently seeing, all this. Yes, like we sort of use music evolution, like you were saying, as an excuse not to be ourselves.
No, be yourself.
But the threat of being ourselves now for an artist and an artist's business is, we can't ignore that, where it's like the harder you try to be yourself and be very, very original, the more you are shelved or the attention is taken off you. I was having this discussion with Trigmatic, for example, where he's been very, very African or very, very, very Ghanaian.
Good artist.
Music. Very good artist. Yeah. But the spotlight on people who, if they had the right funding behind them and the machine was working, can pull the numbers. You perform to audiences across the world, but we speak less of these things. And I'm trying to find where we've lost, where and how and why we lost our own cultural placing value on our own traditions.
First of all, in that album called From Osu, there's a song I said it's called Roots and Culture.
Okay.
I said the African man, he's the only one whose God doesn't look just like him. Now the Jimba Wong. You know what's Jimba Wong? In the olden days, they say, "Oh, ya kolana pia bontia adias na adias na pia." You will see something. The more you near to the thing, it becomes taller. And then adia bechina wa pro. So I say the African man is the only one whose God doesn't look like him. Now the Jimba Wong has left us and gone. Now look at Kwame Nkrumah circle and Dankwa circle.
Yes.
Beke BFA chomwa shawi.
Oh.
So you understand what I'm saying? Me, I told me chonlo.
Teacher.
Me, I'm teaching. In the music, for my music is edutainment. It's not just entertainment. It's edutainment. Everything I'm singing about, I have something to talk about. I don't just sing. My mouth is the most important part of my body. What goes in, what comes out, must be thoughtful. Okay, if your God doesn't look like you, how can you represent yourself? That's the roots where it comes from. If you're trying to bleach to look like somebody and perm your hair to look like somebody, meanwhile nobody else can bleach and perm and become black. Me, I can bleach, make perm me, then you go see a 10 white man. You see say white man 10 black man before. No. So the more you stay roots, you stay grounded to yourself.
Yeah.
People will appreciate you, just a matter of time. Let them go, let them fast go. We still day. One cocoa.
I want you to educate us on the 12 tribes and the true meaning with regards to still the patronage of the Bible, but in the Rastafarian sense, because a lot of people think Rastafarianism and think, but they don't know the roots of it.
Rasta has a roots with the Bible. Now, the King James Version, when you write a song, who owns the royalties of the song you write?
The author.
Okay, when King James wrote the Bible, who gets the royalties of the Bible? Every Bible which is being sold, who gets it?
I don't know. Who gets it?
When you write a song, who gets the royalties?
I get it.
Okay. when J. Foley writes a book, who will get the
Foley
rights?
will get it.
If King James, we are reading King James version.
King James
who
will
wrote
get
it?
it.
Who wrote that thing?
King James.
Okay. Right now, my roots and my culture. That is what is important for me. Not. Let's go back to our roots, where because our tradition doesn't want it. Let's go to our roots where they told us don't go to fishing on Tuesday, because when you go to fishing on Tuesday and every day, you know what happens? The fishes will not have time to reproduce.
Yeah. Let's
go to our roots when
they don't farm on Thursday because the land needs to heal.
Thank you. All these things that let's stop doing white wedding and do African wedding. Let's stop branding certain things.
I did African wedding.
Important.
Yeah.
Let's stop.
A strong African
let's stop
being.
You see, look at it, man. Look within yourself. You will realize that we always want to be somebody else.
Sorry.
We always want to do something to please other people. That's why my thing is without apology, because I'm tired of pleasing other people. So I'm a vegan without apology. I grow my locks without apology. I don't care what people say. As long as I don't hurt other people, I need to stay focused and conscious. No room for negativity.
I think it's a beautiful way to, interlock our cultural policy conversations that.
I want to
sorry. Wow. So we've been having this conversation about Ghana and its cultural policy and some of the things we are losing out on, and it's great to hear you talk about the fact that we really need to go back to the things that make us who we are, as it were with Kwame Nkrumah when he always wanted us to represent ourselves and whatever we believed in.
Thank you.
And so I don't know where do we start from.
Me, I read a chapter a day from the Bible.
Chant a psalm a day.
I read a chapter a day when I was on the streets, and I had nothing to do. Instead of becoming a bad boy, I choose to read a chapter a day, and I finished it. And so then I tried to go to the mosques to also learn from there. And then when I travel around the world, I realized that the only thing I'm missing is my culture. So for you to start to think like me, you have to do, because we have been programmed to live a certain way.
Yeah.
So for you to be able to get to this level, you have to go through, read that thing that they told you to read. But when you finish that, then you start to think for yourself. Oh, Papa say, when your father stands down and he put you on 3-story building and he say, make you jump, you go think. Say, when I jump and if he catch me, what go happen? So, for start think for ourselves. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you are not causing harm to nobody, think for yourself. Help yourself. I want to put this headphone on my head, and then I'm sitting in church and I'm praying. You think this headphone will go on my head? Before it goes on my head, I have to get up and make an effort to take it. So we need to start taking action and stop talking. Everybody's talking. Everybody's not taking no action. Me, I talk without apology. Me, I've been poor before, and I've seen money before. We've got nothing. We are still simple. Simplicity is the best way to live.
Do you think in the way it's affected governance and leadership in the country over the years? I mean, you have been around for a minute. You've seen governments go, governments come. You've seen all types of leadership and so on and so forth. Do you think it's this kind of mentality that has...
Yes, it's worrying us. It's disturbing us a lot, because if you have a child, the child is going to school in Osu, and then every term, one term you move to Dansoma, then you take the child from Osu to Dansoma. Then the next term you move to Tema. Then you take the child from Dansoma to Tema. Then you think the child go finish school. He go learn.
There will be breaks in the education.
So when one party come and they build something, they not finish, then they stop them, then this one come, everybody they make confusion. Instead of building the thing we have and be grateful for what we have, and we stand on our feet and we build it. We're just beating around the bush and talking. Everybody want power. But you don't know the hour.
Hey.
The hour is changing.
Come on.
You can't get power where you don't know the hour.
Come on.
You know, there are plenty stones there. Why they go bring stone from some Israel? Because of what you look at God.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Like, man be dropping bars, man. I'm just looking at him.
There are lots of stones here. Why do you want to go bring the stone from?
Yes.
You don't know the story of the stone you are
bringing to the
Yes.
You need to know. We need to appreciate ourselves. Let's stop pointing fingers, because once you start pointing fingers, there's 4 fingers pointing back at you. Stop pointing fingers. Do your things. Your cow is eating on the refuse dam in Agbogbulushi. Then you kill him, you chop.
Charlie, between you and Sierra, I don't know who's the rapper.
I don't know who's the boss, man.
I tell you, I'm a Rasta man. I tell you for a long time.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's tough.
Let the people start thinking and stop talking. Don't tell me about anything going to church and no. We are very hypocrites. The way we think, the way we behave, we're very hypocrite. We'll be back. Sorry, we're pom who bonam from obsessed kakra oman.
Fact.
Oh, the way we behave, you know. Me, I've been Rasta in Ghana for a long time. When we start going our locks, who take care of Mkrobia, hey, Rasta for the hey, how much we? But they don't know whether I smoke or I don't smoke.
How do you do with that?
That in those days, now there are locks plenty. Everybody grows some.
Yeah, but even these days, the youth, the Ghanaian youth suffer.
It's trendy.
They suffer that, you know, with the police. They are often searched randomly. They are stopped randomly.
They search me. When they search me, I tell them the truth. You see what I'm telling you? I tell police the truth. I mean, I don't have problem. Because if you say you look for something, you don't go find out. If you take good DNA, you go do blood tests, you don't go find out, because that's not my style. And I'm not doing it because I'm special. I think that anything I learn, it has to make sense for me.
Right.
To smoke, you have to learn how to smoke it. And I don't want to learn because it will cost me money. It will waste my time. It will cost me my lungs and all these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think before I do everything. But look at how many children, young boys and young girls, are taking tramadol. It's a horse tranquilizer. It's for horses.
Yeah.
Why our young boys are taking it, and then we are busy talking about politics? Stop that. Let those things stop. Because in the future, give yourself 5 or 10 more years, the youths are all mash up. We are here talking.
Have we given enough attention to this space called reggae music that would have spoken as a tool to educate, to empower? Have we given enough attention to this space?
No, we haven't.
You who find yourself
we are too busy dancing and not listening.
Come on, let's shake your hand.
Shake my hand.
Yeah, I'm very happy you mentioned that, because I was going to ask him what the scene was like, in his day in Ghana. Because I remember we had the Black Prophets, we had the Shashamalis, we had the Black Rastas.
Yes.
And they were all speaking to a cause. They were all speaking, either against or for a cause, and he says we are all dancing. So I just want to find out, based on that, where would you say the shift happened? I mean, music is also supposed to make us happy. I mean, in as much as there are conscious music that would make us think, music is also designed to make us happy, to make us dance.
You need to be happy, think, dance, all together.
Okay.
When you start dancing and your child is going to put their hand in the electricity plug and you are dancing. No. You stop dancing, you take your child, and you can dance with your child. You can combine things.
And we are dancing non-stop.
Non-stop dancing and not watching your children. Your children are all taking tramadol and you say you are dancing. And we have most of people want to show off instead of being humble.
Being humble.
And bury your ego in your pocket. Because everybody's got ego. Me, my ego is in my pocket. If you me, they tell an ego come out, will come out. I'm empowered, man. It's called self-realization. So until we realize ourselves and start look at the things which is going on around us, and we start to fix that, we'll be talking, we'll be dancing for a long time without looking.
Well, it is okay to dance. I mean, dance is
I love dancing.
Exercise.
Think and dance.
Look, I love dancing, but I want to think as well. Because I don't want to eat everything. I'm trying my best. It's difficult to eat healthy, but I'm trying my best in my house. Instead of making swimming pool, I plant coconut. I plant my garden. I can eat from my garden. Yesterday, when we cook some beans. It be beans from my garden, from my backyard, in Ghana. I brought Jesus. That's how I try to live. I make it work instead of trying.
See, just to
finish up right
about the dancing and about the consciousness and about attending to the child before he electrocutes himself. It's a perfect analogy he's given for what we experienced a few weeks ago when some people had been frustrated and wanted to protest. And they were looking at the same celebrities who have been making them dance and singing and celebrating that. Stop your dancing for now. Today we are fighting. There's fire somewhere. Join us, let us go and put the fire out. But the same people who were pushing the dance and failed to attend to the child. That is, so it's not a far. I just want to bring it home.
Yeah.
So it's not a far.
And now you want to do. I'm singing. When the leaders get greedy and selfish, I want to know who suffers the most. Masses. Oh Lord, masses. We pay the taxes, we pay the prices. Yet we are the ones with less chances. These things I'm singing them. This song is almost 20 years old.
You know, Jay. For me, I always like to take the fall for us media.
Yes.
And that is
Fall guy.
and that's because everybody is aware of the times we are living in but us. There are
Number
songs,
two, the media.
there are
You
songs,
can't blame everything on the media.
no, I'm just saying I am taking the fall for it because there are songs that speak to the matters that we are facing now, and those songs need to be amplified, or if not
Thank
promoted.
you.
Do you get me?
yes
But like he said, and I'm using his dancing, precedent to say that we have made the Ghanaian citizens think everything is okay. So even the songs
You
and
keep
the
pushing the
content,
delusion.
yes, the content we even churn out is content that makes it look like everything is okay.
This
And
your song can be too deep, Charlie. You don't get anything, get vibe.
you get it. And also, I think it's because that most of the media houses with the following, most of them are backed by politicians. So do you
Don't
see?
use them. Don't be. This
No.
is why I defied you.
No,
Don't
no,
say
yeah.
backed.
No,
say they use the right word.
They
my
are
brother.
owned by politicians.
Yeah, me backing J Foley and me owning J Foley.
Okay, so
I'm
sorry. They are owned by politicians. So we are in a very, difficult.
No.
We're in a very difficult position,
Prophet,
Prophet. We're
Listen,
in a very
every
difficult.
politician who is under the sun has children. And deep down this politician's heart, he wants his children to become better in life. So if me I be politician, and you're playing me songs, we go elevate my children, I will tell you stop.
No, I mean obviously,
It's
but
because it's not been presented
that
Listen,
way. I don't think it's-
the problem why we don't present it that way is because we allow the stereotypes and the stigmatization of certain things to overwhelm the
true
true
cause of the
nature
matter,
of the
yeah.
thing. And the job of the media is to remove the veil of ignorance and present things to people as they are and give them the opportunity to appreciate it. Rap has its problems, but it is a conscious art form which has liberated some people somewhere and been a messenger for some people. Reggae has its some people present reggae in a negative light and create a stereotype. That doesn't mean everything reggae is bad. The media's job is to remove the veil. Like you're saying, you have a song that is socially conscious and relevant today. That's 20 years old. It should be everywhere by now.
Thank you.
Every child who is at least 15 years old today should know the lyrics to that song,
But we don't.
speaking about the environment. You understand? But we don't. So the media's job is not just to promote. We have gotten to a point where our media is 100% promotional, even to the point where I think the Fourth Estate did this expose where they mixed malt, Coke and Fanta, Makofa, bitters, and just packaged it, put some face stickers, and send it around media houses. And because we are so much on the promotion and commercial, they didn't check. They came on TV and were selling this thing. I saw one lady, I'm like, what? So the media is a highly promotional media, and like he's saying, entertainment, not edutainment. The media is failing critically on the edu side.
Yeah, that's
everybody
facts.
inside. We all is one big boat. We're all inside.
That's why we stand out. Actually,
Because
we have been conscious.
Yeah.
Of that.
Somebody asked me, what do you think about Valentine? Are you enjoying Valentine? I say, me. What is Valentine? Everybody is expecting you to say, oh yes, Valentine. No.
Same day as
I don't know Valentine. Saint Valentine. I don't know him. You know who I know? Kwame Nkrumah. He built a dam so I can see my woman's face, whether she's beautiful in the night.
Boss.
So if I want to celebrate somebody, Nkrumah, what am I doing with Saint Valentine, who didn't do anything for the benefit of a black man? So it depends on how you look at things and which point of view you are coming from.
Yeah.
Me, I don't understand anymore. I overstand.
Well respected on these opinions. Now I think there's clarity on when you say you look at things differently.
Different.
And you're very, you're focused on your culture, and this is where you were born. So that's what you believe in, and regardless your experience or dealings with all these Westerners and their cultures, you still come back home to it. That brings me back to the making of this album. Let's go back and talk about it. The From Osu. How much work has gone into this? Because I know you always have stories around production and all that, and that's what I'm very interested in hearing these.
I came to Ghana. I stayed 6 months. We just work. I brought the engineer. Work. We wake up, we cook together, we eat together. Because that's the difference for what I did in Jamaica. In Jamaica, you pay, the people come, they play.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Here, it's an experimental album.
There's a bond.
So we are building family while we're playing. One of the brother I brought in, he played flute. He was very drunk. I said, come, play. Play like this. He played. And it's the best thing we ever done. So it depends on how we look at things. This album, I think, is the best album I've ever done because I produced it myself. And we cook together. Oh, Charlie, the way the thing, how it happened, though, it never happened before to me. Because I could feel it. Is there
a theme to this album in terms of the messaging or, what I'm supposed to get out of it? In terms of, different songs, different
the messages.
Yes.
The feel of the album, because I'm singing about how I went to Europe and what I've done.
Mm-hmm.
One I say, I've been working hard in a night shift, killing myself driving forklift, still can't put no food in a mama plate. Oh, life is getting hard of late. So I'm saying, singing songs like Awawa yae she wan shakololo, Atawa yae she wan shakololo, Mami le nik baby le nyek chale keba, Come bene fone fengu gwen pe hifen. Ooh. Woman and child cry no more. This, the woman is crying because everybody she grew up with has made it and she's still struggling. And they're pointing fingers at her and saying that she would never make it in life. Meanwhile, be them creator. Things like that. So, recording this album in Ghana, in Osu, it also brought us together as musicians that we were playing together a long time. And me, I left, I went to Europe. And now I brought everybody back together. It's also one way to give them the opportunity to see the rest of the world. The second way is to bring back unity. Third way is to show people that you can do anything you want to do in any circumstances when you want to do it.
I mean, I'm just curious to find out. You've recorded in various recording studios across the world, and I'm wondering where would you say is the best place to record your music, or where do you feel that Black
that's all in your heart and in your mind,
no matter where you are in the world.
No matter where you are, we can turn this place into a studio.
Hard.
All we need is a good sound engineer who knows and understands what we are doing.
Do you think Ghanaians lack in that area? Sound engineering. We've talked about the quality of music.
I wouldn't say sound engineer because it depends on, if you are a programmer, you program beats and things and you can mix more. You're not
a sound engineer.
I won't call you a sound engineer.
Okay.
Unless you can mix live. They have studio engineers and they have live engineers.
Right.
If you find a live engineer, he can put drums, he can mic the drums, because the drum, you have to mic it in a certain way.
Okay.
You have to mic everything in a certain way. So until they have learned that, they come out of the studio engineer to become a life engineer. That's a different job altogether. So it depends on what the engineer does. Like Sami Awan is big time engineer. Big, he will record live, he will do everything, and he can still do programming, you know. So
the reason I'm asking this is because still on the topic of, you know, trying to come back to our roots and, you know, really touch base with our people. I'm wondering why you had to fly your sound engineer from Belgium, you know, when you could have used a Ghanaian sound engineer. Is it that we don't have enough to choose from?
No, not that we don't have enough, because he's my sound engineer.
Someone you worked with over the years?
I work with him.
Right.
Like
so he knows your sound.
It's a matter of choice.
It's a matter of choice.
It's a matter of choice. He's a son to me, and because he knows what I want.
Right.
So it's easier to work with.
It was easier to work with.
Okay, all right. So, well, thanks to the team. Now we pulled out the track list on here. Let's quickly run through it before our time runs out of on us. Roots and culture, you mentioned.
Yeah, he's talked about.
Searching. Tell us about Searching.
Searching is a song that talks about all the rivers that has been polluted, rubber.
Okay.
Yeah,
mentioned that.
Yeah.
That's positive energy as well. And then love is here to stay.
Yeah. There's no more love among ourselves. So this song I
agree.
Hold up your soul, my people. Love is here to stay, my brothers. Hold up your soul, my sister. Love is here today. Cause I saw Mrs. Love on my way down to Lake Pusuntree. You know, so I'm in every song, I'm bringing our
culture back
into it.
Untold Stories. We did a session on Untold Stories, Untold Ghanaian Stories and Legends. So I want to find out what your Untold Stories are.
The Untold Stories is about my mother and my father not telling me that the day I was born is my Earth Day, and it's very precious. And they didn't tell me if I go to the ocean on Tuesday, this will happen to me. They didn't tell me that when I sit down and I see a pregnant woman or an elderly person, I should get up so they will sit down. These things, a lot of us, we didn't learn that. So this is what the Untold Stories is about.
Then Black Angel.
The Black Angel, everybody has in their head that angels are white. Me, my angel, she's black. And he's black.
Black prophet.
He has to look like me, or else he will not be my angel.
Black prophet.
You will not authorize.
No.
Charlie, all these things, man, the use of the color which has played on the black man's mentality.
And even there was a song I say, I'm sorry, but I'm not romantic. But I am an Africantic lover.
Hey.
You know the word, you know the
Roma.
Romantic. It comes from Rome. Me, I am an African. So if I want to show love, it's Africantic love.
Roman
it comes
antiques.
with fire.
Roman antics.
Hey,
how does the African love, and then how does the
Africantic love is fire. Fire.
You know, it might sound
it's a different kind of feeling. But in Africa here, it's a different kind of feeling.
Looking at how wide we opened our gates to be flooded with
accept nonsense without apology.
The content is what has engineered our minds.
And you know the beautiful thing now, the same Western world is now looking at Africa and trying to pick up our stuff. And
can you imagine? Play music, let the people learn.
Straight.
Without apology.
Straight.
Let me go to, is it Wanya?
Wanya. Yeah, he's talking about it.
So
Wanya is when I did the fusion.
Oh, Wanya, okay.
So positive energy, there's a fusion between African, Adowa, and we're mixing everything. So
a 14-track album, Night Shift and Charlie Wate. Tell me about them.
Charlie Wate music. Charlie Wate. Hold your brother's hand and say,
Let's go.
Nyami ngowa. Nipa ede. So ni answer. And say, human is love, sweet. You know, and this is what we're missing. We don't love each other no more.
We are all looking out for ourselves.
We're sabotaging each other and trying to create beef instead of us eating vegetables.
More bars. Sayo, is it Sayo?
Sayo.
Yeah.
So Sayo,
okay.
Sayo, Sayo is a song that is talking about homo. So now I pick up a song, Sayo Nukwa Bejenlo. Guess who's coming to homo?
Okay.
Wulomoy. Guess who's coming to Ujura Okonfu Anochi? And guess who is coming to homo again? Thomas Sankara. Guess who is coming to Ujura? Kwame Nkrumah. So tradition and politics coming together.
Yeah, fine blind.
You know,
Peace of mind and
Mayira.
Okay, Mayira. Okay.
Mayira.
So Mayira is a song where a child is looking for, sometimes when we do adoring, that's when the witches and all these nonsense people come, and then they take your destiny away from you because of it starts from the adoring. So I sing about how they take a child's destiny away from the child. Now the child is lost. The child not go to school, if you read science. So he asks somebody, can you direct me to Papaya? Then the person send him go about the beach because he can't read science.
And then is it? I can't see this one properly. Is it RUD? Is it I or E? The number 13, track number 13.
Rudy.
Rudy. Okay.
So Rudy, you
okay.
gotta change your life, cause your mama blood pressure gets so high. Juvenile delinquency. Rudy's. Everybody who's carrying gun and think they are bad men. Change your life. Your parents are getting high blood pressure up because of the child. It's becoming too bad. Now everybody wanna be bad, but we can also be good.
And then Daddy, I Miss You.
Daddy, I Miss You is a song about my daddy, and I wish he was here to listen and see what his son has become. My father died when I was 1 year, 3 months old.
Wow.
And he didn't get the opportunity to realize what he brought to the world.
Yeah. Power.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very touching.
So it was the German ambassador who advised me to put it on it.
Wow.
Because it was 19 songs. And I have to select 14. And he said, let's put Daddy, I Miss You
on there.
So big respect to Daniel on that.
Wow.
I know we finished the track list, but we've had a conversation about our unsung heroes and how they have been, celebrated, in other countries by predominantly white people. You have played in those areas or those markets. What really is the selling point for them? Why do they gravitate towards artists like you, Yala, Atongo Zimba, and so on and so forth?
The African. Because everybody who is not used to something new wants to know about something new.
Okay.
Obikacho said, Mami wata will show no more. Part of you is afraid and part of you want to know.
Curious.
Curious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people want to learn about something that is not part of their culture. So the more you put your culture and your beliefs and your tradition into whatever you're doing, other people from the other world, they will gravitate to it more.
So why is it that we're having challenges with our stars here, our current superstars or our current hot stars, struggling to sell out venues in these same markets?
They must take the white Jesus of the world,
Hey.
and then they will get ready.
Please break it down.
Charlie.
We have a minute to go up. Please break that statement down. I wanna.
Charlie.
They must take the actor off the wall. And
What does that mean, Black Prophet?
It's a cerebral guy. The guy on the wall.
Please speak in the mic.
Yeah.
The guy on the wall is not Jesus Christ. The guy on the wall is called Cerebral guy.
I say be actor.
Yeah, but
Into your crew, nasa wo actor. You find say Lil Wayne act Jesus film. Now feel who is what nyame.
I don't know about them also.
Now usumuno. So
I want to be clear on this. So for the sake of our
fire
Gen Z,
without apology.
for the sake of our Gen Z audience who may not catch the proverb, or the metaphor? Are you saying
You need
that
to
the
exit
way
when the applause is loudest? Finish that for me, please.
are you saying that we need to like stop trying to be like them in our
Stop trying to be like something that you can never be. You will never be something else. Be yourself. Yourself, and start realizing who you are from within.
And find that
and
power.
then you can stand and start using your brain, because we know to use our brain crowd.
Jay, thank you very much for the opportunity.
We have to bring it to a close.
Not ready
Album
for
is
me.
out.
Yeah.
It's out. It's on the digital platform.